Welcome to Brain Health Besties, a human-forward podcast for those of us who want to feel better but don't know where to start. I'm Bailey, a licensed professional counselor.
And I'm Nia, a qualified mental health professional.
And I'm Shelby, a human.
We are so glad you're here. And we believe that you deserve to know how your brain works and how to nurture it, even when self-care feels a little challenging.
We focus on kindness to ourselves and recognizing our own needs with as little guilt as possible, because your brain deserves a bestie.
Stars in my eyes, I can't see which way is right, but if there's one thing that I know, it's only up front.
Hey besties, the practices we talk about here are great for your brain, but this podcast isn't treatment. If you're feeling overwhelmed, please call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Help is always available. Hey besties, this is a Be Well moment that is tied to episode 13, our Witnessing Our Experience, This Feels Hard episode. This is the practice of witnessing our experiences where we'll go step by step on how to be still and be in the moment with our experiences with as little judgment as possible. Okay, you all, are you ready for today's practice?
Yeah, lead us through it.
Okay, so I thought it might be helpful to start today's practice with a quote from, or not a quote, but a poem from Rumi, just to remind us that our experiences are gifts, or as Rumi suggests, as guests in our guest house. And then we'll go through our mindfulness practice of allowing ourselves to be in and with our current experience. Sound good?
I love Rumi. So
Okay,
yes,
me
anything
too.
Rumi. Definitely.
All right. So this is a poem by Rumi to start us out. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still treat each guest honorably. He may be cleaning you out for some new delight, the dark thought, the shame, the silence. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. So let's kind of keep that in our brains here as we walk through our mindfulness practice of witnessing our experience. So mindfulness allows us to be in this moment. It brings our brain into the present, this moment, and then the next moment. And it's a gentle invitation to be present now, just as a reminder. So as long as we're inviting our brain back to this moment, we're doing our practice perfectly. So just keep that in mind. Also remember that our brains are wired to think, that when we think and feel, it happens constantly, and that's what they're meant to do. So sometimes when we get in those stream of conscious thoughts, we can gently invite our brain back to the moment as many times as we need to, with as much non-judgment as we can possibly muster. Okay, so let's get comfortable in our seats, whatever that means for us. Sometimes sitting with our feet flat on the floor can be most comfortable. If we want to sit on the ground, we can also do that. A reminder to folks who are not around at this table currently that if we're driving, maybe closing our eyes or trying to stay as alert as possible is the best way to stay safe. So please stay safe wherever you are. Today's witnessing practice is focused on doing exactly that, witnessing. We get consumed sometimes in categorizing our thoughts and feelings as either good or bad, but remembering that a healthy part of our existence is assessing, and that's what our brains do, can help us give ourselves that grace. And the truth is that we look at thoughts and emotions with less judgment, and when we do so, research shows and it allows us to suffer less and be more present. So as we're getting comfortable with ourselves here in this moment, and we're settling in and we're sitting with some alertness, you're welcome to keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right and safe for you in this moment. And just allow yourself to settle in a bit. Feel your feet on the floor, your seat on the chair, and just take notice of your body and your breath, your inhale and your exhale. bring awareness to the natural rhythm of your breath and how it feels in your body. Maybe try deepening in those inhales and lengthening out your exhales. And bring your attention to whether or not that feels different. Where do you feel your breath in your body? Do you notice it in your belly, your chest, at the tip of your nose? And just be aware of it. Now, as you're engaging your attention with your breath and the sensations of your inhales and exhales, start to notice any other sensations currently occurring in your body. Do you notice a tinge in your stomach? Can you feel the pace of your heart? Maybe the temperature of your body, like a warmth in your chest? Just take note of what you notice. And as you bring your awareness to these sensations, try noticing them without wrapping them in judgment, blame, or shame. Take a breath in, breathing space around that physical sensation, almost allowing it to be suspended or floating. And as you exhale out, let your awareness of the sensation pass without pushing it away. Just notice it move out of your awareness. Now shift focus to any thoughts you're experiencing in this moment. What is the flavor of your thoughts? Are they repeating? What's the tone? Is it bright? Is it a bit heavy? Again, without judgment, just notice and let it be. Lastly, allow yourself to notice any emotions you're experiencing. Entertain the idea of giving them a label without forming a story around it. Notice the feeling and label it as sadness, anger, disappointment, or any other emotions you might be experiencing. And let them exist without any additional context or judgment. Be aware of any level of discomfort you do or do not have with this emotion. Notice where you feel it in your body and the physical sensations that go with it. Then again, use your breath to create space around the feeling and sensations. Inhale and exhale, giving it room to breathe. Then shift your attention back to just your inhales and exhales as you let any images or sensations fade when they're ready. And when you are ready, bring your mind and attention back to the feeling of your seat, your feet and your shoes. Maybe wiggle your fingers or your toes. And as we always do, we'll invite some invitations for observation. What did you all notice during this practice today?
This one was hard for me today. I kept getting stuck on the physical, what I'm feeling in my body, which is honestly pretty common for me. It is much easier for me to focus on something tangible than it is to kind of dive into my thoughts or feelings. And that's probably a safety thing or I just don't like, digging stuff up. That's a me thing. I'm practicing, and that's what we're all here doing is practicing. But yeah, I kept getting stuck on the physical. I kept going back to, oh, I have a headache. Oh, wow, my jaw's really, really tight right now. And then the feeling or emotion that I connected to that was stress and just being really tense about things from this last week. So this one was a little hard. My brain was kind of off to the races and then found something to stick to.
Yeah, you did your practice perfectly, friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this one for me today was, I'm not going to say easier, but I certainly was able to get really calm I don't know that I did it in the traditional way, because I just kind of focused on what you were reading, and just kind of repeating your words to myself, not necessarily taking them deep into feeling anything necessarily I did feel my shoulders. I was surprised that my shoulders were a little bit tight, but just taking the time and kind of giving myself permission to, for the first time maybe this week, to actually sit with it. And it just felt great. My body felt fully relaxed, and I don't get that all the time.
Yeah. Well, and that speaks a little bit to what Shelby was talking about in our previous episode, where she was talking about it's also okay to witness the things that are maybe not super heavy, and practicing in all realms. Like, yes, I can, because oftentimes not oftentimes, but sometimes we might also be quick to jump out of joy or to jump out of ease. And it's okay to savor that. It's okay to be still in those more preferred feelings and emotions as well. So it's all part of the practice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's good to practice together.
It is always practicing together, right? Besties, if you would like more opportunities to practice, check out our former episodes where we have regular practices with each episode. And we are so grateful you are here and look forward to seeing you again. Be well, besties. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Brain Health Besties so you can find us in the future.
And since sharing is kind, share us with your besties.
If you have mental health or wellness topics you'd like us to chat about, please reach out to bewell@livebrightly.org.
Until next time, be well, besties.
Shining brighter than the sun. I'm